1% of dudes rapping, they ain't nice as me. 98% ain't live the same type of life as me. The judge gave me life and then they sent me where the life is be. That level 4 with depth and vice, the type of stuff they like to see. Two choices, fight or flee. I refuse to die a chump. I never been a mark, but damn, it's scary when that riot jump. I seen dudes cry, get punked, and some sexually brutalized. Knew a dude who lost his life and he was only doing 5 year-long racial fights when homie all you do is ride. Lonely days and nights up in a hole causing suicide. From the moment you arrive, you see the Mexican mafia, AB skinheads with big giant swastikas, pro-black philosophers, the BGF, the Kumi, and Muslims who will murk you from the nation to the Sunni. That MS was loony, quick to ride up on they rival. Even Christians went to church, hide knives up in they Bible. Political and tribal, the Crips and Damus, the Long Beach, the Hubs and the Dubs and the Grooves, the IE, the Bakersfield, the Dago Pyrus, the hustlers quick to roll, the gangsters don't move, whatever click you choose.
What's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. Yard down! For those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994, I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. Yeah, that's me gassing on that intro. If you interested in getting that song, hit me up on my email, 16tolifemusic@gmail.com, and I'll give you information on how to get it, man. So now today, we back, man. We rocking with the Swing Low podcast and Do Rock Creep, and the name of this video is called Accepted Back into the Hood After Being Released from an SNY or a 50-50 yard, man. So anyway, man, without further ado, let's get right into it and see what Do Rock Creep has to say. You know, I sat here doing this reaction for a minute and I realized that I possibly may have had the video in the wrong mode. If so, I apologize. I'm not fit to react to it again. So hopefully y'all can bear with me in the event that is the situation, and let's get there.
Then you go to the Los Angeles County Jail and you run a 15 phase. Y'all packing dudes out. Y'all sticking shit up in dudes' rectums. Right? You in there smoking spice and doing all these drugs. Then it's time to go to prison. You take a lot of those bad habits from the streets and from the LA County Jail to the level 4 prison yards with you. Guess what? That's where you get that reality check at. You buster ass niggas, y'all can't stand living on a yard with structure. Because a lot of that shit y'all was doing in the LA County Jail, you would never be. Why y'all don't hear these dudes in prison telling those type of stories in prison? Why? Question these niggas. Question them. Why they not in prison telling these type of stories about putting 15 phase and putting stuff in dudes' rectums? Tell them why they not telling them type of stories. Why? Because they know they will leave the yard in a helicopter with their life in jeopardy. Period. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm not putting no extras on it. And again, I'm not bragging about prison. I'm telling you reality. It angers me seeing these buster ass niggas that once lived under the same structure as me ended up falling weak in the game because they couldn't smoke spice, they couldn't get in debt, they couldn't just go disrespecting motherfuckers, they couldn't put stuff in dudes' rectums, they couldn't do none of that. And if any of them tried it, they got airlifted off the yard. They end up on a 50-50 SNY PC yard. Right? Eventually, they end up over there. So they get over there. Some of them do their time, get out, and right back to the tough shit. All the rah, 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 rah. I have never in my whole entire life of being on this earth ever seen no PC, no person that's been removed off no general population yard and ended up on a PC yard, right? Never go there, get out, be able to go back to their hood and be on this rah-rah tough guy stuff all over the internet, calling dudes out for phase. When the hell did that ever happen? And when did real gang members start giving SNY PCs head up phase?
All right, so a couple of things I want to say, man. It's sometimes, people may have heard the saying, it's not on me, it's in me, in terms of, you know, basically they're gang banging, whether they're cripping their blood and whatever it is, man. And so this is what it sounds like to me, if I'm interpreting this correctly, Do Rock Creep is describing. He's talking about, if you have been on the level 4 yard and you have been under a certain structure, and then you drop down to another level or you go somewhere else or whatever, and then you start doing something counter to what you was doing on that level 4 yard, then basically you was on the level 4 yard scared, because if doing what you was doing was really in you as opposed to being on you, like a tattoo, you may have your neighborhood tattooed on you, then you would do the same thing regardless of where you went. You wouldn't let the institution or the level change the things that you do and you don't do as a gang member. And so he's also saying, from my interpretation, that once you hit the PC yard or the SNY yard, that's it. It's a wrap. Your gang member card has officially been pulled. And so for individuals to then allow a dude to hit the street and continue to push some type of gang banging narrative, whether it's cripping, blooding, pyroing, whatever, is over. And that should not be respected. But individuals are allowing it, and this is why he is so upset with the culture, and this is why he encourages nobody to join the culture, because there is no culture. Being a Crip or a Blood, you had to live up to a certain standard, and he's disappointed that that standard is not being met by individuals who know certain dudes have went to PC yards, SNY yards, and they still allow them not only to hang around and kick it, but to get tough and roar up at cats as if they're still somebody.
When at this store, you end up on one of those yards, bro, you don't got no head of fade coming from me. I don't give a fuck who you are, where you from. It's not gonna happen. When I get out of prison, no, I'm not on no gangbanging shit. I'm one of the dudes that actually mean what I say. I'm not in here praising Allah, praising Joshua, praising nothing, right? I've been a Crip, straight up. That's been my push. The whole 30 motherfucking 1 years I've been in prison, that's been my push. Why? Because you're held to a standard.
Now let's stop right there. Don't let that go over your head, man. He said the whole 31 years he has been in prison. That's an extremely long time. For those who don't know, I was locked up. I first met Do Rock Creep, I believe it was in 96 or 97 in Salinas Valley. And unfortunately, he is still incarcerated to this day. And for the most part, he has been on a level 4 the whole entire time. I think maybe 4 or 5 months he went to a level 3 and then right back to the level 4, right? And so regardless of how individuals may feel about, or let me just say this, regardless of how people feel about joining the gang, what I do respect is his commitment to what he believed in. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I have no problems with an individual going to prison, changing his way of thinking, changing his mentality. And then once you come home, if you want to take another road, take that road, man. But don't go to prison and after all the dirt you've been doing on the street as a gang member, then suddenly decide that you want to change, because you can't basically, you can't handle the weight or the heat. Being a gang member is not always a easy job. Sometimes the odds is going to be against you. And, so his commitment to what he believed in and his morals is what I have to respect about this individual, right?
Don't never mark the game. Do everything right that you're supposed to do. Keep all busters at bay. The rules are the rules, period. Ain't nobody bigger than the program. These buster ass niggas that end up on those SNY 50-50 yards, they thought they was bigger than the program until they ran into that reality check. If these dudes were so much with the business, why you didn't squabble it out? Oh, I keep getting jumped. I keep getting, so what? You know how many other motherfuckers been, they could take that. Y'all in the LA County Jail running 15 phase back to back? What you mean you keep getting jumped? Nigga, squabble it out. You tough ass niggas want to go to these PC yards, get out and get the popping it like y'all the ones and y'all not. But then again, I guess you are. If y'all going over there to the PC 50-50 yards, you know what I'm saying? With the homosexuals, with the child rapists, with the dropouts, dudes that's sitting on them yards over there, they got niggas put on death row, life sentences without the possibility of parole. This is who these tough ass, tatted up, 50 million gang signs in these gang vlogs is willing to go program with after all that gang banging shit y'all do on the streets, after all that homosexual shit y'all putting shit in dudes' rectums in the LA County Jail running 15 phase back to back. You want to go to prison and go to a 50-50 SNY. I don't give a fuck who's feeling it or not. I don't care. I've made myself very clear on this situation before, and I'm going to continue to do it. I don't give a fuck. Oh, the streets ain't the same no more. You're going to be disappointed. And man, I'm not. I don't give a fuck about none of that. It's not F the streets with me. It's F the niggas that's out there fucking up the streets with me. You trash ass dudes that don't stand on nothing. Y'all don't have no solid foundations on nothing that y'all stand on. You think you do, but you don't. Because if you did, you would never end up, you would never be willing to even think about contemplating going to no 50-50 SNY yard. And then want to go over there and get out and talk all this shit about niggas on the general population main lines. Oh, they dirty politic me. They dirty politic me off the yard. You feel me? I keep getting jumped. These niggas ain't my homeboys. If they was my homeboys, they wouldn't keep jumping. You's a buster. Straight up. Anybody that's out there hanging with anybody that's been on a PC SNY yard, any of y'all, I don't give a fuck where you from. Right? I don't care. If you're hanging with them, I'm considering you one of them. We are not friends. We are not homeboys. We are not nothing. There's too many motherfucking people out there. Too many dudes that want to be cops, but dressed up in gangbang attire with the tattoos and all. But you niggas want to be police, and that's fine if that's what you want to do. Nigga, go to the academy, nigga. It's a complete disrespect to not just my homies resting in peace, that the people that y'all always putting shit on. The dead homies, right? Same.
Let me just pause right there, man. And that's something that we see done excessively and all the time nowadays. Me and Crip are around the same age, and I know dudes from my generation and older, when you put something on your hood or you put something on your dead homies or your homies resting in peace, homies who had gave their lives for what you're representing, homies who had sacrificed, when you put things on your hood, you're talking about your homies who have got life sentences for believing the same thing that you believe in, right? And so when you put something on them every other second, it definitely loses its value and it's no longer sacred, sacred, because that's supposed to mean something for you. That's just like pretty much swearing on your mother, back in my days, man, when somebody said, that's on my homie rest in peace. When I see such and such, man, I'm fist to do such and such. And so everybody expected that dude to live up to his word and do exactly what he said he was going to do. But now it has become a phrase of normal conversation. And this is just another reason that gangbanging is so watered down. You know, people have no respect for the ones before them or the sacrifices that they made. You know, individuals have actually lost their lives, you know, regardless of how silly some may feel the ideology of gangbanging is. You know, regardless of that, it is the commitment an individual has made. It was at one point in time the camaraderie, at one point in time the honor among thieves, if you will. And now it is definitely no longer that. And by him, you know, let's say, you know, by him being an old dinosaur, you know, being a Crip from back in the day, where when he was young, dudes who was cripping really valued cripping, and so that's the way they gave the game to him, and so he really values it. So now he's upset to see all this stuff going to the wayside.
People y'all putting shit on is turning in their grave because they seeing the mark shit that you niggas is doing. Period. Do all that shooting, all that crime, all that the gang shit, you know what I'm saying? And these gang vlogs, all this shit talking. Go to the county jail, sticking shit up dudes' asses, you know what I'm saying? Doing all this tough guy shit. But when it's time to hit that level 4 prison, oh, they dirty politic me. Nah, nigga, you want to stick stuff in dudes' butts. You want to smoke spice and wig out and get the whole motherfucking yard hit. You want to get in debt. You know why I remove niggas off the yard with me? Right? If you place my safety in jeopardy, if you place my homeboy's safety in jeopardy, I can promise you, I am gonna make sure you get airlifted off the yard.
Once again, he's speaking on what I just mentioned a couple of days ago. When you are pushing with a collective, whether it is an isolated collective as a Crip, and your behavior endangers your homeboys, it's time for you to go. If you are black and you are doing something to another race where you are in the wrong and your actions endanger other blacks, because if something jumps off, if you're attacked by whatever race you're doing something wrong with, blacks are going to come to your aid. And in coming to your aid, some of them may be injured, severely injured, harmed, hurt, could lose their life. You know, the way that I was taught, and of course the way obviously that Crip was taught, was you don't sit around and watch an individual just continue to do something wrong that you know is going to lead to a problem. You nip that in the bud, regardless of how it has to be nipped in the bud, whether it's a talking to, whether it's some type of discipline. Maybe what he's done is so egregious, there is no talking. This dude has to go, because now your ignorance, you are jeopardizing the safety of everybody else. And if you don't give a fuck about them, then they don't give a fuck about you. So that's basically, you know, what he's talking about.
Period. I don't give a fuck who you think you are. Nobody is bigger than the program, not even me. So if I violate in any type of way, I want my my homeboys, nigga, hold me to the same standards. Period. It ain't no way in hell. It ain't no way in hell I should look and see all these clips of a PC SNY rat ass nigga calling out no supposed real gang affiliated dudes that, from what I know and understand, have never PC'd up off no yards. How the fuck is this possible? How is niggas even think about contemplating giving this fool a head of fade? That nigga should be eating bullets. Fresh off a PC yard? Come on, bro. Come on. I see one dude, I'm not going to say his name, right? One specific person, right? That not only was this person on a PC SNY yard, but he had a white boy as a cellie. Right? Now, I told y'all, on those yards, they could be in the cell with whoever they want to be. There's no structure. There's no nothing. They can be in the cell with a child rapist. They could be in the cell with a child, a woman, whoever. They can be in the cell with these. There's no separation. So don't be fooled by that 50-50 shit. That's just the soft way of saying PC, S, and Y. They're
Now, I sincerely do not know who he's talking about, right? But this is basically what I gather. It's almost the same analogy like when you own a yard, whatever yard it is, a 1 yard, 2 yard, 3 or 4 yard, you are minding your business. Somebody goes and they violate you by going in your cell, stealing your property. You're minding your business and somebody is in clear violation of the prison rules, prison etiquette. Then do you turn around and give this dude a head up fade? This dude might be Mike Tyson's ex-sparring partner. This motherfucker might be the best fighter in Southern California. Are you going to give this dude action at humiliating you more by whooping your ass after he has already violated you when you are minding your business? Or do you go and you blast this dude out his boots, right? Now, it's a big difference. Say you and an individual, you guys are playing basketball. You guys get into a mutual disagreement because somebody might be saying, hey, chill, well, I thought you was talking about, the brothers have it in their culture or in their DNA where they like to squab. It all depends on the issue. If you happen to get into it with an individual over a mutual misunderstanding like basketball, then yeah, you will have some dudes go squabble up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something to prove. But when a dude is clearly in violation and he has stepped over the rules, and when he's stepping over the rules, because when a person steals from you, basically what he's saying is fuck you. I think so less of you that I'm going to come in here and I'm going to violate you, right? In the worst way, because besides having, unsavory charges on a woman or a kid and being a rat, being a prison thief is the worst hated thing, right? And so are you going to let an individual who has violated you also give him a chance to humiliate you? Or you could be the best boxer in the world. He might get a lucky punch in and knock you down. You know what I'm saying? So when there is a clear violation, there are supposed to be no head of fades given. And that's still pretty much, while it's a different analogy, it's the same thing saying that, I no longer now even validate or see you as an equal once you have gone to a PC yard and you're still trying to gangbang. So the audacity of you to even call me out for a head of fade, just because you might be the best fighter in the world once again, but the audacity for you to even think that I'm going to give you a head of fade, because obviously our principles are different. Here I am. I have stuck to the script and done everything that I'm supposed to do as a gang member, whether it's Blood, Crip, Pyru, whatever, right? You have violated, and now you think you can come back into the fold and get the same opportunity at whooping me as maybe another individual who is still in good standings is, then you're crazy.
not separated. They're all together. They're integrated together. They live in the same buildings. They sit at the same tables. They share the same showers, the same day rooms, the same fucking yard. There's no difference. They're together. If, let's just say, my points drop and I went down to a level 3. They wanted to send me to a level 3. Well, you know what's going to happen? If they send me to one of these level 3s, that's 50-50, right? One or two things is going to happen. Either I'm going to take off on them or they're going to take off on me. Because what's going to get established as soon as you step foot up in there, are you active or non-active? If I get there and tell them I'm active, they finna smash me. A person just like the one guy that just called out somebody for a fade doing a live broadcast, right? A person like that would actually take off on me if I told them I was active. Coming from a level 4 general population yard who's never violated no rules. My points just dropped. So guess what? It's for you stupid, dumb, ignorant motherfuckers that actually, somebody invited me on a podcast, right? And I had people trying to attack me for this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying attack because that's exactly what the fuck happened, right? And my question is if you're not willing to have a chomo living next door to you and you got fucking grandkids, little kids, this is a convicted child rapist. If you're not willing to live with these motherfuckers, why the fuck would you tell me go down there so you can come home? And in the same sentence, oh, they're way more active on those PC yards than the general population yards. In the same sentence. And here it is, me on a level 4 general population yard. Not PC, not SMY, not EOP, not none of that, nigga. Never. You feel me? And doing my time. I'm not leading no riots. I'm not stabbing people. Okay? I'm not jumping behind this camera acting fake tough, barking on motherfuckers. Right? I'm actually trying to do something powerful. I'm really one of the ones that won't change. I desire it. And being that I desire it, you best believe each and every day of my life, of being in my 53 years of age, I'm not going backwards in none of this shit. Right? But as an OG Crip that has been in prison all these years, and unfortunately, I'm looking at the world through a window, and I'm seeing all this bullshit, right, that is going on in the world, in society, with these gang members, right? The background that I come from, doing all this BS and is allowing all this BS. How the hell a SNY PC nigga gonna defend somebody that's a known informant? You a rat, you a snitch. And you stand up, bro, and niggas is going for it. You gang members. This is why my message is always the same. You feel me? Where I tell y'all, we don't glamorize or you know, put up on a pedestal jail, prison, gangs, none of that shit, right? There's no pride in that shit no more. Me and my young homie Duke Dirt was just having a conversation yesterday, and I was telling him, bro, I remember a time back in the day where I was actually proud to be part of this. I was actually like, I could point out certain people, situations that I was proud of it. Right? There's nothing for me to be proud about in this day and age when I see PC that marked the game. You only fake tough now that you're out. You went to a PC yard, now you out. And it's what was all that on the level 4 general population yard? You feel me? Was you barking like that on them homosexuals? You was over there sticking stuff up in their butt? You had to be. The dropouts, the dudes that got other motherfuckers' life sentences, put on death row, then rape somebody's mama or sister or kid. Y'all wouldn't, come on, bro. You was accepting of that. But you want to go and hang out on one of those yards, get out, and you want to be accepted back into the community like you a real one? And motherfuckers is actually allowing this. These dudes walk around freely and do all this barking. How the hell is a PC pressing a supposed real gang member? Here it is, you got one that actually went PC. That's confirmed. He's a PC SNY rat. And then you got another one that from what I understand, ain't never did no PC nothing. And the PC is pressing for could make it make sense to me, man. Game is trash, bro. Straight up. I would never encourage nobody's kids to join this shit. Never. Trash. Any of y'all young dudes that's out there that's not gang affiliated, hey man, don't become part of that world. Point blank, period. Because these people are showing the whole entire world what that shit really is about. And then the old niggas, some of these old niggas don't make it no better. Oh, go over to the PCR, man. Just come home, but don't go back to a level 4. And I'm not talking about nobody specific, so don't get me wrong, right? But this is the message that's being put out. It's confusing to these young dudes.
No, 100%, right? Because if a dude is in the gang life, right? Okay, so you tell a cat go to the PCR, right? And you have given him permission to go to the PCR. So when he gets out, chances are high he's going to come back to his community, to the same friends, to the same type of lifestyle. So if he messes around and gets caught up again, and now he may be looking at different type of circumstances where his points due to the crime and due to his prior criminal history, he has no choice about being sent to a level 4. Then it's revealed eventually or at some point that he was on a level 4, a PC yard, and he gets removed physically in a harmful way from the level 4 yard. The dude who told this dude it was cool to go to a PC yard is somewhat responsible for all that, because you encouraged this dude and you misled him into thinking that it was cool to go to a PC yard, right? And this is where individuals talk about it's a lot of selective politicking, so on and so forth, that goes on. Nobody should be encouraged to go to a PC yard if you want to remain in good standings with the gang. It's oxymoron, right? It's oxymoronic. And so, when dudes look up to other individuals and say, well, yeah, my homie gave me a pass, then that's where it becomes problematic. And that's where, of course, that's another part of the problem that lies, because like Crip was saying, man, nobody's bigger than the program. If one dude is supposed to keep it 100% solid and 10 toes down, then so is everybody else.
On one hand, you got old dudes saying go to the 50-50, but don't go back to a level 4 if you go to a 50-50 because they're going to eat you alive. You feel me? So the message has to be more clear. If y'all not standing on nothing and the game is a free for all, say that. But if you standing on something,
well, it's evident that the game is a free for all, right? With so much going on, man, it's a free for all, right? And that's why I've said many times in the past, if you have, let's just say 100 people in a collective, right? And you got 15 of those people pushing and doing the right thing, and the other 85 just hanging around for the parties, women, for the fame that's attached with this thing. But when it's time to step up and get cracking, whether it's in prison or in the streets, but let's just say in prison, right? You got the police basically telling everybody to lock it up. Now, these 100 people have agreed, we're not locking it up. So the police, they get the backup, they come over there, they say, okay, we're giving y'all one last chance, lock up. And so everybody, is not supposed to lock up. And those 15 people eventually are the only ones who stay down. And when they start coming over there to arrest everybody else goes to the cell. They take those 15 people to the hole. And now, what have those 15 people accomplished? They haven't accomplished anything. They have just turned into sacrificial lambs, because they're going to take those dudes to the hole. They may send them somewhere else, even keep them in the hole. a day or two later, they're letting back out those 85 dudes, and they're continuing to do everything that they said they wasn't going to do. So now the 15 people who stayed down because they thought everybody else had the same commitment have really been sent to the hole for nothing. So everybody has to be willing to carry their own weight in order to make a difference, right? If you're gonna have dudes, man, who sandbag and not stand up to the plate, then that's where you get the term. Of course, it's a free for all. You don't know what to expect. Now I gotta wonder and guess and figure out who's gonna stay down because everybody's talking a good game. So you don't have time for all that, right? So when situations start turning into something you didn't sign up for, it's really time to start evaluating your exit.
I'm talking about you dudes that's supposed to be real dudes, right? You have voices in your community amongst your homeboys and all that, right? How about we make the message a little bit more clear, like I am. I can't be the only one that feel like this. I can't. But sometimes I feel like I am. Because my voice is drowned out by all this bullshit that's going on by these fake ass tough wannabe turned up SNYPC dudes.
He's basically speaking exactly on the analogy that I just gave. If he has a voice for what's righteous in gang banging and the codes and morals that a dude is supposed to stand on, he's trumping in that call. But then you got another 50 dudes saying, "No, man, go ahead and do this. Go ahead and tell. He ain't one of our homies. Go ahead and not do this. Not do the things that a gang member is supposed to do." Then you are watering down individuals to where you're giving them I don't want to say a fake, you're giving them a false sense of what's cool and what's acceptable, right? And that's why you have the younger generation now doing a lot of things that would have not been allowed in our generation. So of course, when you have dudes who are from an older generation, they see all this stuff, they frown on it, and of course they become cynical, and it irritates them.
You can't go praising this and praising that and then on the dead homies, cuz this, cuz that, blood this, blood that, dead homies this. Man, get the fuck up out of here with that fake ass shit. You tough ass gang members, come to the level 4 where I'm at. You feel me? Y'all that hard, y'all that tough. Y'all like sticking stuff up in dudes' rectums and all that gay shit. Come to the level 4 where I'm at and try. Come to the level 4 where I'm at. Think you're gonna get in debt and nothing happened to you. You're not able to pay your debt, and you think ain't nothing gonna happen to you. Come to a level 4 and try. You think you can come to a level 4 and disrespect motherfuckers and get away with it because you think you bigger than the program? Come to a level 4 and try. I don't care who you are. I don't give a fuck how old you are or how young. Come to the level 4 and try. And watch what happened, like the many other ones that had to find out and ended up over there on that 50-50 yard, the S&Y yard, right? Where they're over there crying like a bull. They politic me. They politic me off the yard. Man, get up out of here with all that, bro. For real, for real. Get up out of here with all that. I'm not trying to hear none of that. I got fake politics. Oh, really? Really? How is a motherfucker getting away with you know what I'm saying? We're getting dirty politics on a level 4 yard and getting away with it. Because the way that I understand things to be ran in prison, being that I'm in it, look around. This ain't no normal background. This ain't no green screen or none of that, nigga. This is real life. For me, 31 years of it. This ain't no green screen, bro. Feel me? Nah, this is real life. And only the ones that's been through this shit is gonna understand that. There's no if you get dirty politics on a level 4 yard, that means all your homeboys was in cahoots It's cars. And when you have a car, it's more than one person. It's more than 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like a car is a collective. So all those people within your car would have to all be in cahoots. The dirty top politic, one motherfucker, you that special? I've never seen it before. As much shit as I've been in prison. As much as I've done in prison.
Now I'm gonna keep it 100, right? I have heard of that happening before when I was locked up. But it happened with other races, right? Because with other races, you have a person or two that can be in a position of power where they can enrich themselves by being in that position of power. But with the black cards, it's not like that. The majority of the time, the people in power are people who have done time. And I won't even say in power. I'll say people with a voice. The people with a voice, because who have done time, and due to their reputations, not their reputation alone, but due to their reputations and their understanding of prison politics, and also their ability to be able to have diplomacy and talk to other people, because you could have an individual who his reputation is solid, he understands prison politics, but the way he approaches and talking to other people when there are situations that need to be figured out is not cool. You know, this dude is aggressive. He doesn't use the right words. He doesn't have the right demeanor, and so the way he speaks or the way he gives all his aura could lead to problems. So it's a combination of all three. You have to have the reputation. You have to understand the how prison goes, and you have to know how to be diplomatic when you're dealing with other cars, even if they're black cars, right? So individuals who have that voice for their car, they're not, we blacks ain't taxing each other. Blacks ain't telling the homies that when you go out there and you go get some, you go to a visit and you get something that can, cool you down and make you happy, whatever, you got to come back and you got to give a certain portion or none of that, right? So it's in prison, as blacks, they hustle to enrich themselves, right? Now they may go go out there and grab something from the visiting room and bless their homies. They may look out for their homies, but just being forced to do it or you're obligated to do it. No, you know what I'm saying? And so that's why you don't have individuals in black cars dirty politicked on like I've heard it happen in other situations, because the person, sometimes you have people who want the position of others because it can enrich them financially in other ways. You don't have that position. So I said all that to say that when your car is all in agreement that you must go, they have pretty much all decided, according to prison politics, that whatever you've done does not allow you to stay because you have violated a sacred rule of the code, where once again your presence is no longer going to be tolerated.
You get removed off the yard for violating the rules. Period. You think you bigger than the program? Then hey, jump out there and see what happened, and you're gonna be one of the many others that's jumping online that develop a voice that's able to go to a platform like a whole jumper. You know what I'm saying? Where it's policed out the game. I ain't never seen nothing like it, bro. I've been saying that about whole jumper for the longest. I say whole jumper. Policed out the game, bro. And I just find it fascinating that it's been so many people that's been willing dying, stepping all over each other to get on that platform, only to end up deceased or in prison, looking at a whole bunch of time. While the person that run that show sit back and continue to run all these bullshit ass WWE plays like people can't see through this shit. Right? selling out. He don't care. He done sold his booty. He done sold his wife's vagina. You know what I'm saying? He don't care. The daughter, I hate to say it because I'm not even going to involve the kid. But bro, if a person is willing to sell their own, that's a real pimp though. They say a real pimp will sell his own butt. So if this dude is selling himself and his wife, then I don't put nothing past him. Straight up. You feel me? But again, it all ain't on him because dudes decide to go to that motherfucker instead of building their own platforms. Build your own platforms, bro. Be independent. You don't have to be tucked up under another nigga nuts. But then again, some of these dudes want to be tucked up under another nigga nuts because they like nuts. And if that's what you into, then hey, so be it. But don't cry when it go bad for you. Oh God. F hoe jumper. F the host. F the owner of that place. Oh, now this F him? You was just praising his nuts 5 minutes ago. Dumbass gang members, man. Start your own business, man. Start your own platforms, bro. Be independent. Stop being scared. Stop trying to get jumped to the front of the line. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? And you know, put the work in like me. You feel me? I'm blessed and thankful for the slow start. No, our views ain't all that. But am I crying and complaining? No, it's a blessing. Why? Because we sleep comfortably every night knowing that we ain't sold our soul. We not chasing stories. We not jumping in all of LA's business.
Okay, and so I'm gonna end this right here, like I do when I react to something from Do Rock Creep, so you guys can go watch it in its entirety. The name of the page is the Swang Low Podcast, man. And it seems like, you know, it seems like Creep is fed up with what's going on out here. He's tired of watching you know, certain individuals be given a pass in the streets, right? And so, like I said, once again, the name of this page is the Swang Low Podcast. This is a very wise brother. He has been locked down 31 years, man. And so he pretty much has a good understanding of how the streets go and basically the do's and don'ts of the black politics, you know. Anyway, though, man, listen, you already know what it is. It's your boy 16 to Life. Resume normal program.
These niggas ain't who they say they is, so beware. Fuck what they sayin', cause these cowards ain't playing fair. They shoot at you shoot at them, they snitch, and they don't care. Fuck gang banging, I'd rather be a square. These niggas ain't who they say they is, so beware. Fuck what they sayin', cause these cowards ain't playing fair. They shoot at you shoot at them, they snitch, and they don't care. Fuck gang banging, I'd rather be a square. Yeah. I swear to God, the game is cold, homie.
What you mean?
I popped on a pussy ass nigga after he stole on me.
What happened next?
That nigga came to court and told on me.
Put that on something.
I sold my soul, homie. Called the highway patrol on me, plus the sheriffs and cops. He told him my name was Eric and I carried a Glock. Soon as you start blowing shots, them niggas going to tail. Don't have a meeting with the cops and then you going to jail. They'll tell him about the shooting, take him, show him his well. DA trying to seal your cash, they gon' throw him the nails. They wanna throw me up in the cell and have me with a L again. Back to strip searchers and guards, read my mail again. Had me far away in the bay, I'm talking Pelican. Eating cold ass soy burgers and warm gelatin. I'm far too intelligent to fall for that twice. Niggas yelling gang gang and ain't about that life. And they'll turn rat right in front of your face. Get you found guilty plus 100 years on the case. Your mama in the court with tears running all on her face. Her baby shackled feet, hands and waist.
Goddamn.
These niggas ain't who they say they is, so beware. Fuck what they sayin', cause these cowards ain't playing fair. They shoot at you shoot at them, they snitch, and they don't care. Fuck gang banging, I'd rather be a square. These niggas ain't who they say they is, so beware. Fuck what they sayin', cause these cowards ain't playing fair. They shoot at you shoot at them, they snitch, and they don't care. Fuck gang banging, I'd rather be a square. Yeah. Doing life's no joke. I been where the apes been. You ain't really bout that smoke. You a vape pen. Soon as they catch a joke in the feds or the state pen, that tough guy shit get shed quick like snake skin. Real and fake men can't exist together. I stay down, you turn snitch, so you a bitch forever. Imagine me snitch never, boy, I stuck to the code. You hit the county for a month, you said fuck it and told. Soon as you heard your bitch Nicole was fucking all of your best friend, the news damn near killed you, nigga, caved your chest in. You told about the murders that y'all did on the West End. Who was popping the burners and the one who said let's spin. Cooperated then, signed an affidavit. Felt your life was over, nigga, you was trying to save it. So you told on Antoine, LeBron, Marcus, and David. Came home and half your hood forgave it. God damn. These niggas ain't who they say they is, so beware. Fuck what they sayin', cause these cowards ain't playing fair. They shoot at you, you shoot at them, they snitch, and they don't care. Fuck gang banging, I'd rather be a square. These niggas ain't who they say they is, so beware. Fuck what they sayin', cause these cowards ain't playing fair. They shoot at you, you shoot at them, they snitch, and they don't care. Fuck gang banging, I'd rather be a square. Yeah.